welcome to Thoughts Off the Stem. I'm Justin Barone, and today we're smoking some nugs. You may notice if you're watching this that I have a new little contraption at the top. It's called the Moose Labs mouthpiece. Basically what it is, it's a little silicone dealie that you put into the mouth hole of your bong. There's a little filter inside of it, and basically it takes out, well, excuse me, it's supposed to take out all of the excess crap that's in smoke and just give you the flavor and the high. I was asked at the shop the other day if that was actually the case, and I could tell you this because I did try it a couple different ways or a couple different times. With the filter in, there's no difference to your high. There's just more of the flavor of the weed and less of the smoke flavor. I've been sort of taking a break from the bongs because I'm finding that as I get older, it seems a little unnecessary. And yeah, I'm trying to preserve my lungage for the rest of my life. I'd like to live a while, you know? So yeah, I only really do the bong now when I'm starting the show, but I've found that this really does help. And I did try it without the mouthpiece, and definitely you get more of the flavor of the weed. So yeah, so this week we are smoking nugs. It's new. It's the Pheno Hunter. It's Sativa Pixie Sticks for this one, and I believe it's like a rotating strain. Or it will be a rotating strain, but it's a half ounce. It's a sativa. It is 27.5% THC, no CBD, and a 2.3% terp profile, with myrcene being 1%, caryophyllene being 0.4%, and limonene being 0.2%. I've smoked it a couple times now, and it is really tasty. This is what it looks like. Hopefully, I could get a good look for you at this. Let me see. This is probably one of the better nugs I found so far in the bag. But this is what it looks like. Let's see if I could get it to you. I think I did it. Hopefully, you could see it's I don't know, like a medium green with a few darker areas, and then blue or purple, I guess more purpley, purple leaves sticking out with a nice, like, trichome frosting, really. It's pretty awesome. It's a nice sativa. It does keep you up. You don't have much of a crash. Yeah, so that's what we smoked in the bong. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for joining me, Justin Barone, your friendly neighborhood pothead, on Friday to start your weekend off right, baby, at 4:20. Hopefully it's 4:20. If not, well, whatever. I hope you're having a good sesh. So this week, I wanted to talk about this thing I saw on, I think it was Instagram. Might have been X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm not totally sure. But basically, I saw this little blurb, or a post, I guess, from this one content creator who's a woman. And I guess she has like an OnlyFans site. And one of her male viewers' wives caught him jerking off, or as she put it, handling himself to one of this girl's videos. Now, basically what this girl does is twerk, I guess. I didn't watch it. I'm just reading what the thing said. But I guess based on the angry post from the wife, all she does is twerk and fart. Now, I don't know how exactly that works. Like, whether she like twerks out a fart and is like, you know, twerky, and then not too sure, okay? But what I do know is that the wife got super pissed off that her husband was jerking off to this girl's video, which I find absolutely ridiculous. Because why would you get pissed off at the content poster? You know, now, don't get me wrong. The content itself is not something that I necessarily agree with. I feel like you should do more with your life than twerk. But also at the same time, there's a market for it. And it's, you know, for women, it can potentially be very easy money to sort of like show off a bit, you know? So I get it, even though I have my opinions, but my opinions are mine, and most people don't give a shit about your opinion, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, the point is that the other side of this is that this wife went off on the poster, right? And it started to get me thinking, like, when I was younger and we would have debates about if somebody cheated, you know, like you watch Cheaters, okay? And the couple that gets caught, right? Normally the husband or the wife goes after the fucking other person. And you're like, why are you going after the other person? The other person's like, if they know, sure, don't like them. But the person that you should really be pissed off at is your partner that cheated, because they're the ones that knew better. You know what I mean? Like, they know they're in a relationship. They know that they like they shouldn't be doing it, but they do it anyway. So how is it the other person's fault? You know, even if the other person came on to them, that your partner should know better than to be like, yeah, sure, let's go do some stuff, man. I want to grab some boobies. So, like, you know, why get mad at the other person? I've never understood that. I've watched dudes, like friends of mine back in university, guys would hit on their girl and they fucking lose their shit on the dude. But it's like, your girl is doing the flirting back. Like, be pissed at her. She shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? Me personally, I don't tend to get like jealous over shit like that. If you want to be with me, you be with me, and that's it. If you don't want to be with me, then I guess we're done. You know, there's no, like, if a guy's hitting on my girl, I'm more like, yeah, sweet, thanks, man. You know, I don't go over to start a fight. I'm like, hey, how's it going? Like, oh, this your girl? Yeah. Okay. Like, you know, like, it's a compliment to me if some other dude hits on your girl, even if it's in front of you. Who gives a shit? It's not always a sign of disrespect, but, you know, I guess a lot of people go after the person. Like, I don't understand that mentality. Why would you go after the person that your partner cheated with, or is potentially, you know, doing nefarious shit with? Why wouldn't you go after the partner? The partner is the one to blame. They know better. We're all adults. We know how relationships work. We know what it's like to like lie to people, and you know what that entails, right? So for this woman, this wife, to be pissed off at this, you know, OnlyFans lady for just making the content that she makes, it seems like asinine to me. You know, she should be pissed off at her husband. You know, if she doesn't like him doing that, maybe twerk more. I don't know. Fart on something. You know that he's into twerking videos and farting. So, you know, if like, maybe next time you walk by him, let one rip. Play the fart game for a couple days. You know what I'm saying? See if you could catch him with his mouth open a few times. You know, walk by. There you go. Little squeak. See what happens. Like, who knows? Maybe he'll run you down. Maybe that's where your relationship is missing. Maybe you need, before you go to bed and he's like getting ready, he's all in bed and he's like relaxing, you know, just you hop in front of the bed, twerk out a fart, and see where it goes. You know, like, I don't know, man. It seems ass backwards to be pissed off at the person that's, you know, just making some content. You can't determine who watches it. You can't determine what they do when they watch it. You know? I found out once, this is so fucked up. So I kind of see it from all angles. But I found out once that somebody I knew, an acquaintance, I don't want to out them too bad, but, you know, some people that watch this, if you know who it is. Anyway, the point is that one day, because we work together, they tell me that they watch the podcast while, okay, they fucking jerk off. Like, seriously? Okay? This dude, I'm telling you, he tells me, yeah, it's a dude, like, don't get me wrong, it's still kind of flattering. Like, you know, it's not the worst thing you could hear, but this dude tells me, yeah, hey, you know, I watch the podcast and, like, you know, I like watching you talk. I'm like, yeah. He goes, yeah, sometimes I jerk off to it. I was like, dude, first of all, we work together. You can't tell me this. You can't say that shit right now. Anyway, that was a long time ago. That was a while ago, and they no longer work at the place. So, but I understand. Well, no, what I don't, not that I understand. What I got from that is that, like, yeah, you can't determine what anybody does with the content that you put out. You know, you could end up becoming like some kind of weird fetish video. Who knows? Who knows? But all I do know is that you can't get pissed off at the other person. You can't get pissed off to the point of violence, I think, at the other person, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like there's more, not that I condone it, but there is definitely more opportunity for the person scorned to, you know, have a violent reaction to their partner, you know, their spouse or whatever, the person committing the act, right? So, yeah, it's baffling to me. But then it got me thinking, okay, so this lady freaks the fuck out on this OnlyFans lady, girl, woman, sorry, this OnlyFans woman who's putting out this content, and it brought me back to a time in the early 2000s, or maybe it was mid 2000s. It had to be before 2010. I think it was like 2008 maybe. On, I think it was break.com, there were a bunch of these videos of cake farting. Now, I thought these were like joke videos. You know what I'm saying? But apparently, this is what I'm getting at. They were fetish videos. Like, dudes like that shit, I guess. I don't know. It's not my thing. But it is funny to fucking watch. Basically, what it is these women, okay, would set their video camera or phone on a table or on a counter or something like that, and they would put a cake down on it. Then they would lower their bare ass onto these cakes and fucking let them rip. Okay? So as they fart into the cake, right? The fucking icing would like ripple. And then from there, they would just slightly raise their asses so that you could see that it was a butthole covered in fucking icing, right? And then from there, they would continue to fart bubbles of icing. Now, when a friend of mine brought it to my attention and we were drinking and watching this, we watched it for hours, laughing hysterically. Then, like a month or two later, I find out that these are actually like sexual fetish videos. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know how you could even think of getting it up while someone's ripping a fart, let alone ripping a fart into like a fucking chocolate cake. Think about that, okay? There's not like nothing, you know? But dudes like everything. Dudes are weird. We're weird animals. I can't believe I don't know if I could say that I would ever get caught jerking off to cake fart videos or even a farting video in general. It's so weird to me. And why would you like, okay, okay, you're in a relationship, right? Everything's going great. You're having a good time. Then you find out that your man or your woman is stepping out. No, not even. Let's not even say stepping out. You find out, like, one day you come home from work. Okay? Having a good time. What should I do today when I get home? Can't wait to see Doug. Oh yeah, Doug. You know, like, whatever. So they get home. Baby, I'm home. Oh my God. And they're jerking off to this chick just ass to the camera. Like, what I don't know how that is sexual, man. I don't get it. But then I don't get how you could get mad at your spouse. I'm just repeating myself now. I get that. But what I'm saying is, I don't know how you get mad at the thing that they're watching rather than the person, you know, committing the act, like I said before. It's really weird to me. I remember once I dated a girl, and it was in university, and when we were at the bar, she would, like, if a dude hit on her, she would let me know, because she would try to instigate jealousy, basically, right? So she wanted me to, I don't know, like, fight, or I don't know, get all riled up because people were fucking hitting on her. That was never my thing. My thing is this, like, if I want to be with you, then I assume that if we're together, you want to be with me. If you want to be with me, you know that I'm confident that we're together, that there's no other things, right? And I try to put my trust in the fact that you too are the same way. So if someone hits on you, sure, flattering, but whatever, I don't know why you would want to instigate jealousy. Like, is it a reinforcement is that like how some people find a reinforcement of, like, oh, they really want me? Because, like, to me, if you're not fucking around or looking at or trying to do other people and you solely, are with them and you've told them that and you stick by that, is that not enough to be like, okay, cool, we're good, But no, instead we have to get into this whole bullshit situation where you have to show your merit. Like, you had to show that you really wanted them by, getting all jealous and puffing up like a peacock, I guess. It was fucking weird, dude. It was the weirdest situation I'd ever been in. Because even then, when she broke up with me, okay, one of her friends comes and tells me, she goes, yeah, she broke up with you to see if you would go and chase her. I was like, what'd you tell her? And she goes, oh, I told her you're not that guy. Like, yeah, it's not, I don't know why. I get it if you love somebody and all that, okay? But if you're just with someone who's testing the limits of your dedication to them by trying to get some kind of, like, negatively visceral reaction to it, why are you in that relationship? Like, I don't know why people want to press other people like that. Like, your dedication should be proven day in and day out that you're there. Like, you're not fucking around, you're not doing anything else. You say what you do what you say. You fart on camera, dudes jerk off all day. I do have to say, it's a fucked up way of getting money. And you know what? On top of that, so these guys will watch these girls do, like, videos of, like, cake farts and fucking just farting on cameras, but then they try to get them to send them shit. Like, I know that this has been a thing for a long time. Like, I'm not that surprised. I'm just surprised that now, in the age that we're in, okay, it is way more prevalent than I ever thought it was. Like, I thought it would maybe be like 1% of people who wanted some kind of shit like that, right? It seems considerably more common than that, because this girl not only farted, had an OnlyFans, farted on camera to different stuff. I don't know what else she did, but there was farting involved, there was twerking involved, it was on OnlyFans. She also had an Instagram, and she was making lots of money. Dudes would ask her for shit like toenail clippings, I think used underwear. Used underwear is the weirdest one to me. Why? Like, you just want to smell the scent? That's so fucking weird. Like, then we wonder where fucking serial killers come from. Like, what are we talking about here? They come from dudes that watch cake fart videos. Try to buy toenail clippings. I've heard of some where guys want to buy like pee. Like, our world's a weird world. I'm not trying to shame anybody into anything. It's just baffling to me. Because it's really hard for me to visualize myself having somebody pee on me. You know, when I used to work concert security, I had a dude that tried to pee on me. Do you know what happened to that guy? He was wrapped up like a pretzel on the ground in maybe about 10 seconds. Because no one, pee, that's disgusting, you know? If you've ever seen Bulletproof with Adam Sandler, there's a scene where, like, he pees on himself and he goes, "Oh, you made me pee on myself. At least it's my pee and not your pee," you know? Like, I'd rather have my pee on me than someone else's. Or, like, somebody shitting on you? Like, 2 girls, 1 cup? What the fuck? People have all kinds of weird-ass fetishes. And I feel like if you're going to be a partner with somebody, like, you got to be cool with some of that shit. You know? But you also have to be open about it. You know? Like, that should be an early on discussion, I think. Where, you know, you have, I don't know, a little bit of talk about, like, whatever your fucking kink is, at least. Because you don't want to be, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to be fucking in bed, you know, fooling around. Let's say, like, she's riding me, you know, reverse cowgirl or whatever, and then all of a sudden she pops off and just drops one right on my chest. I didn't know it was coming. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You know how fast I'd be out of there? Holy shit. Now, if you told me ahead of time, I'd still say no. I don't want shit on me. But it is amazing that people do. We are some seriously, you know, fun creatures for sure. Hope you're enjoying the sesh. Thank you for joining me, Justin Barone, your friendly neighborhood pothead. I just lit up the pre-roll for the sesh episode here, and I don't remember what it is because I was rolling a series of joints together all at once, and they kind of got away from me. I think if this one has hash in it, because I rolled one with like a little strip of hash in it, I think this one is just a mix of whatever I had on the rolling tray. So what was on the rolling tray? Well, let's think here. There was some of this, some of the Pheno Hunter Sativa Pixie Sticks from Nugs. There was some Cherry Diesel from, who is that from? Oh shit, I can't think. Loud Plug. There was a little bit of Sour OG by Broken Coast. I think a little Purple Kush. And that's it, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so that's potentially what's in this pre-roll. I don't know, we'll find out. But I have a feeling it's going to be like a heavy one. So that should be fun, you know? But yeah, thank you for joining me. Hope you're enjoying the sesh. Hope you like to talk. But yeah, have you seen Two Girls, One Cup? Because, like, I refuse to watch it. There's no way I need to see that. You know what I did once by accident? This was the stupidest shit I ever did. And I'm not going to lie. It was a bad fucking move. So, back when the Afghanistan war first started, so early 2000s, I guess, there was that one beheading video, right? That was on, I think it was like, it was the very first beheading video that made it to the internet, because it was, I can't remember the guy's name, unfortunately, but he was, I think, a worker for some kind of pipeline that was down there. And anyway, they ended up abducting him and then like cutting his head off and putting the video online. And I remember watching that shit thinking like, oh yeah, cool, because I was just out of university. And yeah, it was, that video I've never gotten out of my brain. Okay, I don't recommend that you watch it. It puts in perspective a lot of different things, but you never forget what you see and hear. I can tell you that right now. I can close my eyes and it is the exact fucking image and sounds, okay? I imagine that is what Two Girls and One Cup are like. I don't want to know. You know what I mean? Because I once asked a gay friend of mine, I was like, because I don't understand this stuff. I'm straight. I don't know. But I also am inquisitive and I'm curious. So I want to know certain things, right? I want to know about people. I want to know how things work. I want to know how an interaction goes. So when one of my friends came out to me, he asked me if I had any questions. I really had one. But then later on, I had a second one, which I wish I had asked then. So here, I'll just tell you them both. So the first question I had was, okay, as a gay man, how do you look at a penis and want to put it in your mouth? Okay? Just because I don't want that, right? So I don't know. I don't understand it. This guy had the best fucking answer I have ever heard from anybody, and it was so fast. He looked at me dead in the eye, and he goes, you know how you look at a pussy and want to put it in your mouth? I go, yeah. He goes, same thing. I go, huh. Sometimes it just takes a little bit to see it from a different perspective and then totally understand it, right? That'll never happen with two girls in one cup. No, I don't think so. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It can't be good for you to ingest shit. Okay, and then the second thing was, I forgot it because now this joint's hitting in. This joint that this is the random joint, the one with all the mix. So it is, it's a hybrid, indica leaning hybrid for sure. Okay, so then the second question I had was, all right, so let's say you're getting down, right? You and your person are in bed, and this is obviously like two gay guys, not women, because he's not a woman and I don't know. So, but two gay guys. I'm like, okay, so if you're fucking, right? There's a lot of like pressure, okay? And loosening of some things, okay? So I go, is there ever a time where you're going at it and I've also, I should preface this too, I've never had butt sex, so I don't know how this goes. So I go, like, does poo come out? You ever had just like, you know? And he goes, no, if poo comes out, that's pretty much game over. But then there's people that I'm sure if poo came out, that would be more arousing. So, dude, I don't get it. I don't know. But that was the other one I asked. And then he explained to me that, which makes a whole lot of sense. Don't just jam shit in there. It's not like you're, poking around and trying to like, snake a drain. Okay? You have to do certain things. Like you have to have a little at-home enema situation or like clean out, give yourself some time, shower it up, maybe use a couple things to make sure that the butthole can accept the pole hole, the pole, Yeah, there's like stages to what you have to do to be prepared to receive. So, yeah, it was an eye-opener for me. But it was also, those are the things that, are amazing, is that how different everybody is and how different everybody views things. But I think a lot of the times, because of all of that, I don't know what I was going to say there. Dude, this joint is fucking fantastic. It's definitely got hash in it. It's the hash joint. Ooh. I hope you're having a good Friday. Hope you had a good week. Yep. Okay, where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, fuck. I totally got high, dude. It just settled in. Don't you love it when a joint just, like, you take a few puffs into it and then all of a sudden your whole body just goes, ah. And then your brain lets go of any thought. And like you try to get back to what you were thinking about, but you can't because your brain is like, you know what? We're just gonna like delete that part for now, or at least Control Alt delete it. I don't know, cut it out and like file it away right now because we don't need it. Because I guess that's what my brain does sometimes, and I really enjoy. It's very okay. Let me say this. That's what my brain does, but. Because I've been trying a lot of different types of weed, mostly sativas lately, I find that it's far and few between that actually make my brain do what this one is making it do. So like if you want something, a similar or a comparison with something it's probably Gelato 41 or Greasy Gelato. Those two are very similar to the high of this, but this one's definitely got an indica like haze to it because it's pushing down on the top of my head. I feel like I'm in that in what's the one, Sorry, where you pop the middle, like I'm in that bubble and something's trying to pop my bubble head. But yeah, I don't get how you can get mad at the person that is. I don't understand how you can get mad at your girlfriend or I mean, I understand. Jesus, Justin. Ow, ow, ow. I was just scratching my eye and eyelash right in there. Good job, bud. Okay, let me try that again. Coming back from a high moment. I need a little clap. There we go. We'll come back from the high moment. Okay. Reset. What I was trying to say was, I don't understand why people who are scorned blame the third party for the situation, or they act more aggressively towards them than their spouse, right? I also don't understand why people instigate jealousy as like feedback for their level of dedication to a relationship. You know? Shouldn't it just be that, like, if somebody tries to harm, if you're a guy, if somebody tries to harm your girlfriend or wife or whatever, you fight back. You don't let them, right? Same with, like, if there's a woman trying to hurt your husband, the wife, I hope, would, like, step in and be like, "What's up, bitch?" You know? So I think that that level of protection is good. I think that if somebody hits on your partner, wife or husband, and is like that partner goes like, "Thanks, I'm married, but no," then you would be, you would take it as a compliment of your ability to pick desirable people. You know? Yeah. I would think that would be enough for the relationship to survive, or at least people knowing and understanding. I guess it's a whole like self-conscious thing, right? Like you're never really sure if somebody is that into you. But shouldn't we work to that level of comfort where you know that person has your back and blah blah? I don't know, man. Social media has given us such a small fucking span of attention that even in like our personal lives, like marriages, they don't matter anymore. Doesn't matter like that. Not that I'm saying I'm divorced. I'm just saying, I've just noticed people are much quicker to run away from something than try to figure it out. They're much more willing to get mad at somebody that doesn't necessarily have a direct effect on what happened, as opposed to, identifying the direct issue and fixing that. It's very confusing to how our collective mentality has shifted. Because now we've got dudes jerking off to... Now we know, it's not that we've got them, it's that we know about dudes that are jerking off to farts, ladies farting into fucking cakes. They're buying toenail clippings to jerk off. I'm assuming you're jerking off with this stuff. I don't know. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just a toenail collector. Maybe you know something about toenails that I don't fucking know. Maybe there's a value to toenails. Maybe they tell a story. I don't know. How long have you been collecting toenails? Why would you want dirty panties? Again, not so sure about that one. And like, I'm not just talking about like dirty as in like, oh, they're, stinky. Like some of them have like shit stains. Some of them have been peed on. We are a really weird breed because we think and do things like this, but we don't actually want to talk about any of it because why, like, oh, that's not whatever up to our standard of development. Fuck that. We're still animals. Like, I hate to tell you this, everybody behind closed doors likes something fucked up. Or at least something that someone else will find fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I can almost guarantee it. can't believe this was the topic of discussion today. I'm so surprised that it went that direction. And again, I don't like, trust me, I've had a few people tell me some crazy stories about what they like or what they want. But that's the whole point, is have the discussion. Because sometimes, like, shit like that is funny, you know? I mean, as long as you're not, as long as you're, doing it lawfully, then it's fun to have different discussions about what people like and dislike. The fact that this lady caught her husband jerking off to a lady twerking and farting, dude, that had me laughing so hard. Like, why? What about, like, I get a bouncing ass, but I don't know. It's like one time actually the same guy that was telling me about, what it, liking what it was like to have a dick in your mouth or want a dick in your mouth. Same guy. He, oh shit, where was I going with that? It took me too long to figure it out. Now I lost my train of thought. Okay, hold on. What was I talking about? The guy, I don't know. I lost it. Shit. See, that's what happens when you zone out for a second and stare at one thing. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. This is good weed. Okay, what was I actually talking about? I've zoned out totally. Fuck. I don't get how that's a term. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So we were talking once, and we were talking about how like different types of porn. Like a lot of dudes, I guess, like a lot of girl on girl and things like that. So he was like, that's what you watch, right? I'm like, no, I like to see like dudes fuck chicks. And he's like, wait, what? Most guys don't like that. He goes, is it so you can pretend that it's your dick? It's like, no. Then I thought about it. I was like, I don't know, maybe. So see, there's weird shit about everybody, dude. It's fucked up. People have a weird way of thinking, but if you don't talk about stuff like that, it stays taboo, and it like you don't get to explore the full spectrum of human thought. But you also shouldn't get mad because somebody enjoys watching someone twerk and fart. Like, if anything, if he likes that, okay, just stand there and do it. Just twerk and fart for him. I bet you, if you told him that you liked it when he farted, he'd do it for you. I think dudes would just be like, yep, no problem. Ready? Let's go. Every time they farted. See, that's why women don't share. Because anytime they tell us stuff, what ends up happening is like we overload it, and now there's another total expectations. We're idiots. Don't get me wrong. I love being a man. But like as a collective, a lot of our actions are kind of dumb. Even if we're logical, we have like, we just have a certain way of doing things. But don't get me wrong, women do too. It's just very different. And it's like, for men, it's comical because you can see it happening, especially if you're a guy. You're like, oh, here he goes. Here goes Leonard. He's all wound up. Nobody's going to be able to stop him now. And you can't talk him out of shit. That's how you end up with dudes on OnlyFans. They get all wound up and they figure, oh, you know what? I could just make some money off. But that's the other thing too. So a lot of dudes, if you're on OnlyFans, it's dudes watching those dudes. It's not women. I'm sure there's a few, but like probably mostly dudes being dudes. Life is weird, man. We think weird, but that's what's fun about it. That's what's fun about life. Ugh. Yeah. Cake farts. If you ever get to watch cake farts, I highly recommend you check that out. It is fucking funny. It's not even gross. It's just funny. Because when they fart, okay, there's a cake, right? And they fart at one part of the cake, and it goes in the cake and down, and then bubbles out like a half a centimeter away or a half an inch away. It's funny. It's like watching sludge go. All right. Those are my thoughts off the stem for this week. I hope you enjoyed the sesh. Thank you for joining me, Justin Barone, on your Friday on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, YouTube, Good Pods, Pandora. Where else? Podchaser, I think, if that's still a thing. Yeah, it is. Podchaser. Jesus. Anywhere you get a podcast, really. Don't forget to check out tots420.com, and then you can get the whole episode lineup. I gotta keep talking about it. I gotta tweak out the site and make it look a little better. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Hope you come back next week at 4:20 on your Friday. Until then, I hope you have a good week, and a good time, and keep your lids low, baby.